Alright, so in this video I'm going to give you 5 top tips so you don't waste your time in the gym in 2014, because what I see when I go into the gym, I don't go to the gym that often, but I started going to the gym now because in 2014 I'm going to get a badass body. I'm going to get a physique like Hugh Jackman or someone like that, you know, or even better than that. But what I see in the gym is a lot of people wasting their time. A lot of people wasting their time in the gym and out of the gym. So there's 5 principles, 5 keys, 5 tips I'm going to give you in this video that if you follow all 5 of them, you're going to build yourself a badass body in 2014. And if you don't adhere to even one of them, if there's one of them missed out, you're going to be losing out. If there's 2 of them missed out, you know, you're just not going to build at all. You're just not going to get there. You're not going to reach your physique goals in 2014. So here it is, in a nutshell, 5 top tips. The very first one is intensity. You know, when you're in the gym, you want to be working with intensity. You know, I see too many people just throwing the weight up and down. There's no intensity there. You need to have intention and attention when you are lifting the weights. You know, you have intention on what you're doing, attention on what you're doing. So, you know, you're squeezing it up, squeezing it back, you know, pushing it up, letting it lower slowly back, keeping the intensity on the muscle throughout the whole range of movement without taking that intensity off the muscle at any time throughout the whole, however many reps you do, 6, 8, 12 reps, whatever it is, you know. Intensity, so important. Second thing is compound movements. I see too many people in the gym doing these like isolation exercises. They want to get muscular and they're doing their tricep kind of one-armed extension, things like that. They're doing the one-arm bicep curls, and they're spending like half an hour on these like isolation exercises, which is doing them very little good whatsoever. You know, so what you need to be doing is compound movements. You know, forget about the little leg extensions and the isolated one-arm dumbbell curls and stuff like that. Compound movements. So I'm talking about the squat. You know, king of exercise in the gym, the squat. You know, full squats, none of those half sissy stuff. The full squats. You know, deadlifts. I like to call them life lifts because it adds more life to you. You know, you want to get the growth hormone secreted out of the pituitary gland around the body, and you're not going to do that with isolation exercises. You needed to be doing compound movements to do that. And right now I've just been doing squats and deadlifts in the gym, and that's why the growth hormone is pumping around me, and that's why I'm kind of switched on right now, as maybe you can tell. And so, you know, that's what happens when you do compound movements. Squats, deadlifts, shoulder press, bench press, bent over barbell rows, stiff-legged deadlifts. You know, these are the sort of exercise you want to do. You know, maybe the barbell curls. You know, work the biceps, something. You know, doing close arm tricep pushes for when you're lying down. You know, those are sort of exercises are actually going to build you a real physique. Shrugs is a great exercise as well. Doing these exercises using heavy weights is going to build you what you're looking for. And then the third thing in the gym is maximum muscular failure, MMF. You know, remember MMF. You need to go to maximum muscular failure. That's when the muscle goes, holy shit, I've got to grow because he's putting so much demands on these muscles. I got to grow to compensate that, you know. So if you're doing 10 reps and you could actually do 12 reps, if you really pushed it, then you're missing out on all the good stuff. You know, you need to be pushing it. Not in your warm-up set. You need to warm the muscle up and everything. Do a warm-up set, but when you want at least 1 set per muscle group, you want to be going to your complete maximum. So you can't do 1 more rep. Where you're just pushing, you can't do any more, and then maybe someone spots you. It's good to have a partner who can spot you a little bit and just helps you that last little bit, so you squeeze it out. And at the end of it, you know, it's like you can do any more. That's called maximum muscular failure, and you want to be going to maximum muscular failure on every muscle group in the body, at least once in each whatever you're working out on. So those are the 3 main things in the gym you need to take into account. 2 things out of the gym is food. You need to increase your calories by maybe double. If you haven't been working out, then you start working out, and you want to build muscle, you need to increase your calories. You need to increase your whole food calories. I'm not going to get into diet in this video, but let's talk about eating as close to nature as possible and eating whole food calories and eating enormous amounts. You know, you don't realize how much you got to eat to actually, you know, to actually grow muscle. So you got to start eating a lot more food to build the muscle as well. Because that's when the muscle actually grows, is when you're out of the gym. So you put the nutrients in, you put the fuel in, which allows them to grow. And then the 5th thing is rest. You know, that's when your muscles really grow. That's when they repair themselves. When you do the workout, all the muscle fibers break, little tiny muscle fibers. When you're resting, that's when they regrow, and that's when they grow stronger, and that's when they grow more of them. That's how muscle is built. You know, so rest is number 5, absolutely key, absolutely crucial. You need to be getting enough rest, enough sleep to make it happen. So those are the 5 things: intensity, compound movements, maximum muscular failure, nutrition. Get the food, and not just nutrition, but get as much of it in as possible. And then the 5th thing is rest. Rest and sleep, crucially important. You know, don't be going back into the gym when your muscles are still sore. Make sure you take a good few days off and allow the muscles to grow. And then go back into the gym. Too many people overtrain. Better to undertrain than overtrain. You'll get better results by undertraining than overtraining, and then you'll find somewhere in the middle. Okay, so that's the high intensity video for now. You know, you want to get down the gym. You want to get a real physique. You need to take those 5 things into account, and you'll see amazing results. Thanks very much. See you tomorrow.